Hello, it's Bongani here again, and then I just want to do an assessment of the city of Durban in terms of rating the performance of the municipality generally, also from the perspective of tourism and civic issues and the likes. What I am seeing in Durban. I've been in this city that I love the most in South Africa, which was the cleanest city in South Africa for many years. We used to win that award, perhaps until the first ANC mayor took over. And then since then it deteriorated. The question really about Durban is it safe or is it dangerous? Is it clean or is it dirty? And how is it for you, the ratepayer? I'm a ratepayer in Durban. I've got property. All right. And then when it comes to cleanliness, Durban, okay. First and foremost, Durban is far cleaner than Johannesburg. But there is a site called Grey Street Complex, which is where your Victoria Street, is it Albert Street, are located. They've added a street, I forget the old street names, but it's called Ingube. Soldiers Way, Grey Street, or what is now called Yusuf Dadu, and the likes. All that area with that largest mosque of Durban, and where you also find the Emmanuel Cathedral, the Victoria Market, Kwamashu, taxi rank, and then the rank of those buses to various areas of Durban, and the likes. So that area is dirty, and it's dirty. And then in terms of safety, it is safe during the day, but I walked there at about 7:30, or rather it was 8, coming out of the railway station Berea Road, because our Pinetown trains were late. And now it becomes a no-go area along the Berea Road station, as on the Victoria Market side. The other side of the early morning market is far safer than the side of the Victoria Market. So if we were to give ratings as to cleanliness and say the cleanest is 10 and the safest is 10, let's keep it to that, I would say Grey Street Complex is 3 out of 10. And we can use the benchmark as Hillbrow in Johannesburg, which is 0 out of 10 in terms of cleanliness. So Hillbrow is 0 out of 10, Grey Street Complex is 3 out of 10. It's dirty. The people who walk that area, the hawkers, the retailers, they are not trying to be clean. There's no there's no forced implementation of bylaws. I've never had that problem with my tongue in the I don't know what's happened, but the city is not trying to implement bylaws. The only police that you would see there are those which are writing tickets for cars which are not parked well. So it's about the money. The city is always looking at as much money as they can get out of the public. In terms of services, they keep the area dirty. They come at night to clean like Ngabo 7, But what is the meaning of cleaning at night and then the whole day a place is dirty? I don't understand that. What is the wisdom of cleaning at night and then leaving the city dirty during the day? Why is that area not clean all the time? And then, so the ratings of cleanliness is 3 out of 10. The rating of crime is subject to time. During the day, it is 8 out of 10, safe. And then at, say, 7 p.m., it drops to 3 out of 10 as well. And I would say later than that, I'm sure it drops to 1 out of 10, if not 0. Because now you are along the railway line, really, when you are at Grace Street Complex, the street dwellers, they're basically in charge of the city during the night, sometimes even during the day, as allowed, not only by the municipality, but by white liberals, NGOs which defend open borders, illegal immigration, and the flooding of our streets with Nigerian drug lords, and therefore the creation of drug addicts who then become vagrants on the streets. It's white liberals who are doing it. It's a project, NWO. So there's no error there. So yeah, that area becomes dangerous. I haven't been to Albert Park. I meant to go to Albert Park, but I would say, judging from earlier experiences, and the close by walks on Smith Street, Albert Park, which is also adjacent to the railway line, the park is quite clean, except when you get towards the flyovers, where they sometimes allow those street dwellers to sleep. Frankly, the municipality of Durban is allowing street dwellers to own the parks of the city. All of them have got people who sleep in them at night, allowed by the municipality. The municipality knows they sleep there. Like, the municipality building is the city hall. Opposite, right next to the city hall, is that park which was the most beautiful park. Is it Chris Saunders, or what is it called? They sleep there. During the day, they hang their sponges and blankets right there. They are not concealed. So the city allows that. So now you've got a situation where the parks, all city parks, sleep street dwellers, vagrants. That's not safe. And then, yeah, not all street dwellers are unsafe. In other areas, actually, they enhance safety by their presence. I must admit that. Depends. But they are allowed to sleep at city parks, all city parks. Now, Albert Park, how safe is Albert Park? I would say during the day it is 7 out of 10. And then in terms of cleanliness, it is like 6 out of 10. It's not bad. And then, but then when you go at night, I would say the safety ratio drops to kind of like maybe 2 out of 10, especially if you are along the railway line side. Albert Park is far cleaner than Grace Street Complex. Grace Street Complex is a bomb, and that's where you enter Durban. It is dirty, very, very dirty. Nobody is trying to keep that area clean. The Zulu markets inside Berea Road Station, they're very neat. But when you start seeing the mix between Zulus and the Malawians, it becomes dirty. It's chaotic. You can't even walk those pavements. It's overcrowded. It's the Marava start of Durban, Grace Street Complex. It is horrible. The buildings are nice, they are repainting, but the streets are a nightmare, and the city of Durban is not trying to solve that at all. Now, We've done Albert Park. We've done Grey Street Complex, the south side. There's the north side of Grey Street Complex. I haven't been there, but I would say I rate it same way as Albert Park. Now let's come to Kingsmead. Kingsmead is 9 out of 10 safety, almost 10 out of 10 basically in terms of cleanliness. That's where your Durban ICC is, Nedbank, Standard Bank, up to Durban Station from this Stanger side, not from Bongani side. But also in front of Durban Station from the Bongani side, those Zulu hawkers who say sell traditional goods, they're very clean. All right, the problem becomes before you reach the Durban Station where the Malawians are trading or rather selling for Indians. It's dirty. All right, so now on the, is it NMR? But I think it's Stenger Road. That side is very, very clean, has always been clean, where you catch your buses to Johannesburg and the like. So Kingsmead, all of it, cricket stadium, every area of Kingsmead is very clean. So that side of Durban is 9 out of 10 in cleanliness. It is 9 out of 10 in terms of safety. It's right next to me actually, it's not that far. It starts just here. And then let's come to Rivertown. Rivertown is 9 out of 10 in cleanliness. And then it is 9 out of 10 in terms of safety, but it drops at night to kind of like 6 out of 10, especially because of these foreigners who have been allowed to occupy this Stagnal Street, John Minle, where it joins West Street. That side becomes horrible. Point. These streets close by were, say, from West Street, including then John Mille, last portion, all the way. Okay, I forget the name of those streets there, but Point, the Greater Point area. In terms of cleanliness, it is 6 out of 10, and then in terms of safety, it is 6 out of 10. And then the area where I'm located, it has got no name, but it's here up to, say, Grey Street downtown. So it's the CBD basically, including Victoria Embankment and the likes. This is 9 out of 10 in terms of cleanliness, and then it is 8 out of 10 in terms of safety. It's a big area, so this part of Durban is very clean. But actually, during the day, the West Street side becomes dirty and overcrowded. That's where the problem is. Or maybe because of that, we can drop to 7 out of 10 in terms of cleanliness. All right. And then the Point Waterfront, it's 10 out of 10 in terms of cleanliness. It is 10 out of 10 in terms of safety. But unfortunately, here's the problem with Point Waterfront. It's locked in as if an island. When you go there, you must pass Point. Point is Nigerian it's Nigerian drug lords and some vagrants. It's not as bad as the edge of the railway line in terms of addicts. It's safer compared to down there, but it is dangerous also by perception. So if you go to Point Waterfront, you need to use Point Road. If you don't use Point Road, you need to use Victoria Embankment. Both roads have got to go through vagrants. Both. You're driving, and then you need to go past these Nigerians sitting, hanging in their balls there, yeah. And then you need to drive your car through all that unsafe area to Point. If you're coming from the other side, you need to go through all those homeless street dwellers down there by Albert Park. That's your entry. Any side you want to enter, you've got to, here in Durban, if you are staying in Point, you have to go through a dangerous area. That is what is killing Point Waterfront. They are not even trying to solve it. As long as they are fighting for their Nigerians and their drugs, adding 10 primary issues, point is not going to be the vibrance it's supposed to be. It's got all the infrastructure. It's a place which is supposed to be lively and operational up to 10 p.m. It's supposed to be like Sanko's Casino in business, or Joe Cool's. It dies at 7 p.m. because of Nigerians, friends of Zulu ANC members. And it's not, now point is the mini headquarters of crime in South Africa. So all criminals from Soweto, from Free State, from Limpopo assemble here with their Nigerian partners. They've basically, the city of Durban has purged. You see, Durban was very hospitable to elderly people. They've purged them. That is why minor buses no longer even operate. And in the spaces of family values and elderly, taking care of elderly as a city, that is gone for most of these areas, and it has become gangsters' paradise. It's like the gangsters of South Africa have decided that this space, or Durban, is their city to hang out. And Durban's municipality is allowing that. So I see all forms of criminals here owning our city. It's not owned by Zulus. Durban is not owned by Zulus. It's owned by Indian Muslims with their agenda. It's owned by international criminals, including Soweto criminals and soccer bosses. So now, you can't enter Point without going through those areas. Okay, you can if you use the Marine Parade route at the front. It's not an easy thoroughfare. It's kind of zigzagging, roundabouts and the like, so it's a slow route. You can use that instead to go to Point. Shouldn't be. You're supposed to use Point Road, but they've got to remove all these foreigners. How do we place foreigners in the front, on the front side of your city? How? So that side is not okay. There's many sides of Durban. There's the Durban Station precinct. It's a lovely area with clubs and everything. I haven't been there. There is the Warwick Avenue precinct. I pass through. It's safer there by those taxi ranks and early morning market. I'd say I'd rate it 8 out of 10 in terms of safety during the day, and then in terms of cleanliness, it is 6 out of 10. It's reasonably clean, trust me. Although it is one of the most crowded areas. The dirtiest area is Grey Street Complex area, but Warwick Avenue is far cleaner and walkable compared to Grey Street Complex across the railway line. So, but when you go up towards Berea's mall, say the safety there, 8 out of 10 during the day. Cleanliness, 8 out of 10. There's still a lot of open spaces there which needs people to invest in building buildings. Alright, so but it's a reasonably safe area. Natal Tech, DUT side, and all the Elmer Sultan, 8 out of 10 safety, 8 out of 10 cleanliness. At night it drops the safety because of the nearby taxi rank, which basically tends to attract vagrants. And then there's many other Durban CBDs going along the railway line up to the next side. All of them, let's just say, they are 8 out of 10 safe, 8 out of 10 cleanliness. That's a beautiful side of Durban as well. Musgrave and them, those are 10 out of 10. Great areas. Bulwa, around Davenport and going down, it becomes dangerous if you take the wrong turn. But if you're keeping to Davenport and going up, you are safe. That's 8 out of 10, and 8 8 out of 10 cleanliness, 8 out of 10 safety. But if you go to the other side, going to Mbilo Road of Davenport, there is a street you must not walk. It becomes very dangerous quickly, say 7 p.m. because it's got a park which sleeps vagrants there. They are very arrogant even during the day. So avoid that side. So it's just by Davenport but on the other side. So that is 3 to 4 out of 10 in terms of safety. But the cleanliness is 6 on that street out of 10, and the other streets it is 8 out of 10. So the problem is that park area, just that area between, I don't know what the name of that street on the other side of Davenport is called, but then on the other end it's now called Che Guevara. That section between those two streets is not very safe. So avoid it, especially to the lower end of Davenport. But the rest of Durban is safe. So overall, Durban is 6 out of 10 safe. And then in terms of cleanliness, it is 7 out of 10. Oh, no, but you know what, Grey Street Complex makes you to lose hope. Let's keep it at 6 out of 10 because of just one area. Grey Street Complex. That place is dirty, especially Victoria Street. Thank you. That's my rating of Durban City. Now, the problem is the addicts who are taking over the streets. They are created by Nigerians and they are ANC, EFF partners. Thank you. And they are DA lawyers. Thank you.